Fish on.
Double.
Woo, double.
Woo!
Fish on, baby.
What's up, guys? Jameson Redding here with the Road Trip Angler, and we have driven all the way across the country to Washington State. We're gonna have a good time.
There's a good shot you're gonna get a big fish.
Give it a kiss.
All right. Oh, got me a little cooled off there.
My bad.
No way.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Woo-hoo. Ready, yes. Ready for
Yeah, I'm about to hit the state line. Yeah, we travel like a freight line. Drop the kayak in and drop a bait down. We make it easier than 1, 2, 3. You want the tips, want the tricks with the ones to see. Ooh-wee! Cause everybody wants to fish, but can't nobody make the trips. But don't trip, cause we gon' make it when you can't miss out. Road trip angle, only thing we need is a route, no doubt.
What's up, guys? Jameson Redding here with the Road Trip Angler, and we have driven all the way across the country to Washington State, and then as far west as you can get in Washington State to go fishing with Keller Batson from Batson Enterprises. We got our buddy Kyle and Jeff Little from Torquedo out here. We're gonna have a good time chasing after some rockfish. We got Casper the Friendly Ghost out here with us today, spooking people. Scary, scary stuff. We're gonna be fishing out of the NRS inflatable kayaks today. I've got the Cuda 126 and Keller is in the Pike Pro 126, and they're both gonna, I think, be the right vessel for this particular situation. We decided to bring the NRS, Cuda, and Pike out today just because a little bit of a carry down to the beach, and when this tide goes out, it's actually gonna be even harder to get the boats back up, which is what's happening. We're getting out here just before high tide, and the tide's gonna be dropping after that the rest of the day. So prepping for getting out of the water with these lighter boats that are easy to carry to and from the truck. We don't have to drag or cart anything. But right now we're just gonna troll our way kind of to where we're gonna start casting and reeling and just see if we can pick up anything on the way out here.
Our main target species today are gonna be two of my favorites. One is black rockfish. The other fish we're gonna target today is a lingcod. If you're there at the right time, there's a good shot you're gonna get a big fish. I like to be pretty close to the rocks.
It's always a good idea to find someone that really knows the area, and Keller does. So I'm gonna be kind of following his lead. I think there's a school right here. We just gotta get one to get the hook in its mouth.
Even though I don't think he is a kayak fishing guide, he absolutely behaved in the same way that a guide would. And for sure, taking you right to his A+ spots.
Yeah, baby.
There we go, Kyle. What is it?
Oh, it's a nice fish, dude. I don't know.
Kyle Kautzman is also one of the Team Rain Shadow team members.
Oh, it's a lingcod. Yeah.
And I love the energy level that Kyle brought to the day. And just having somebody like that around you always brings you up. It just really turns your mindset as well. It's infectious.
Team Rain Shadow, baby. My bad. We'll get more.
Keller was able to utilize the Eternity from Rain Shadow, which is a super sensitive rod and great for that finesse style of fishing, which is what seemed to be working more. All right, well, now we're bass fishing. Holy crap, dude, this rod is so light. How's it? Oh, there he is. There he is. Fish on. Double. Woo, double. Got a double. Woo! On the new rod.
Nice rockfish, bud. Yeah. How's it feel on there?
It's awesome. All right, that's a black rockfish. When we first got out, I think the tide was still coming in, so the fish were still there, being pretty aggressive. They were kind of pushed up against this rock wall, and all of us were really finding success and getting bites on pretty much anything we were throwing.
Catch a few more of these and switch to the lingcod jig.
But as that tide kind of slowed down and came to a lull in between the high tide and before it started moving back out, the fishing really became tough. And Keller was throwing a Senko, actually Texas rig Senko, which kind of blew my mind. We're out here inshore fishing in saltwater for rockfish, not bass. We're not in a lake. And he is throwing a very bass-specific technique, but that subtle presentation seemed to be getting more bites, and he was able to fill those bites when it really kind of got tough.
That's a nice fish. That's a nicer one. They like that Senko. Slowed down a little bit since the tide started dropping, but just change up the presentation, get them to nibble. I'm gonna let this one go.
It's been a pretty amazing day out here on the water. The bite kind of went up and came down, but we caught a ton of different species of rockfish and lingcod. Got him in the net. A lean sandwich right there. Keeping it or what?
Pretty small.
Oh yeah, pretty small. Pretty small. We'll get them back. Biggest fish I caught all day. Pretty small. Road Trip Angler is brought to you by NRS. Catch the adventure. Wiley X. Go confidently. Batson. The best fishing rods start here.
So today we're gonna be doing a little bit of freshwater largemouth fishing, not something a lot of people would associate with Washington State, right? When you hear Washington State, you think salmon, you think halibut, but we actually have some pretty good bass lakes around, and I happen to live not far from one of the better ones on the west side of the Cascade Range.
I don't know that I've ever thought about fishing for largemouth bass with a giant snow-capped mountain in the background.
In the Olympic Peninsula here, everywhere you turn is just a very dramatic and beautiful backdrop for fishing.
We've got a good population of black crappie. I was able to find a few, kind of figure out where they're hanging out. I've caught some before, but I spend most of my time fishing the largemouth.
The cool thing about fishing with someone that knows a spot is they have some intel. And if you're willing to listen to that intel, a lot of times that is going to produce fish for you. So Keller literally pointed out a tree and said, you need to cast right there. And the first cast I put in there, I hooked a decent largemouth. There we go. Fish on. Woo, look at that. Oh, got me a little cooled off there. All right. Look at that thick chunk.
Oh, what did I say? I told you to cast over there.
It was really actually very satisfying to be able to pick the bait out, pick the location, make a cast, and know that those fish were where I thought they were gonna be. Treble hook, oh, fish on. Feels nice, nice little trout. And that single Siwash hook just kind of tears them up a little bit less.
Oh look, there's a little crappie. When it's just passing through an area, they seem to commit to it more than just hanging there, you know. If it's hanging there, they just look at it.
Nice little bass out here in Washington. So I got that one on a Wacky Rig Senko on slower presentations when it's like that. Get her back. Pretty fish. Trying to follow along with that pattern, Keller pointed out a slough or a little creek area where he also seems to catch a lot of his fish. And for whatever reason, blame it on the wind, blame it on me not being that great of an angler after all, I cast right into a tree. Stick. Well, that's gonna stay right there while we work it with another. And decided to leave that in there because I didn't want to paddle in to blow all the fish out of this shallow area that they might be holding in to get my lure. So I just left it hanging, put that rod down, grabbed another one, and made a few casts. But on about the second or third cast, I put that in another tree. Oh boy. It's the angle right now. I'm like, I cannot make this work. So now I've got a line going this way and a line going this way, Keller's laughing at me in the background, and here comes Jeff with his Torqeedo, rolls right up and casts over top of both my lines right down the middle. I like that Jeff just rolls up and makes it worse. It was total chaos. Really wanted that one last bite, maybe that one big bite of the day. So as we're making our way back to the ramp to get off the water, I decided to start throwing the chatterbait, and I could not resist throwing it on this one shaded point.
Fishermen, above all else, are liars. And the biggest lie that we ever tell is one last cast, one more cast. We're lying.
We got to get off the water, but I'm that guy that's always got to make that one last cast. And I hadn't caught a fish on my jackhammer yet either, and I always like to throw my jackhammer. It's going to be super hard to leave now, but I'm going to get this girl back, and we got to get out of here. Road Trip Angler is brought to you by In4Adventure.com, inspiring, educating, and encouraging outdoor adventure. Yankatech, make it yours. Torqeedo, cleaner water, better fishing.
We were up at 2 a.m. and drove for 2 hours, got in a boat, took an hour to get all our stuff put in there.
It's gonna be a good day.
And then we rode the boat another 2 hours out into the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I'm totally not awake yet and just wondering, why do we start this early?
Today we're doing something a little bit different. We are in Washington State and we've went 35 miles offshore in Tom's big boat, and we are fishing with Bill and Keller Batson from Batson Enterprises. It's gonna be a great trip. We're gonna try to catch some halibut and some lingcod. I am primarily a kayak angler. I travel the country, I take my kayaks with me, and they work pretty much in just about any situation. But in one situation that they don't work is going offshore. And I don't mean like close to shore or near shore. I'm talking 35 miles from the closest launch point and chasing big fish that live in really deep water. I don't know if I've ever even touched an electric reel in my life. A little bit of work. I'm gonna learn something new. I'm gonna have an experience with some really cool people and get out there and try something different that will potentially make me a better angler across the board. Oh, fish on!
Oh, waking up. He's seeing the light. Baby ling, nice eater. Good eating fish right there, but he's going back today. We'll get much bigger.
One of the big things about fishing in the Pacific Northwest is you get a lot of species that you just don't get anywhere else. I mean, we don't have lingcod on the East Coast. We don't have halibut like this. This is going to be probably one of the meccas for halibut in the country, especially big halibut. And having the opportunity to actually get to go out on this big boat with some people that know what they're doing and have a chance at catching some of these species that I just simply don't have access to anywhere else is something I'm really excited about. That's a good bend. That's a good bend. Yeah, boy. Woo! Nothing. I was wondering what happened to the weight. Dang it. Nothing. What's going on, Keller?
Bill's on.
Oh, we got a double. Got a little double action back
Little double action. Angry fish. Come on, baby. Nice. We'll take him for now. Yeah, we'll take him for now. I got it. That's a keeper.
Oh, that's a good one. You got it. Good save.
Oh, nice one. His is bigger than mine, but that's okay.
So both Bill and Keller had already caught the first couple fish, and Bill said,
All right, who's up next?
and I jumped right in and said, I'm in, I want to do that.
All right, so that's it. John, fish on. Fish on. There you go. Oh, that's a good one. Let him go. You're good. There you go. Fish on. Just like that.
That was cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So when you lift up and you feel weight, that's your fish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just hold on to them and
I
drink
think
a beer.
Probably got like 4 or 5 bumps on bottom. And
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah,
It was,
we're on the spot.
and the reels
Reel's
did the
doing,
work for me.
yeah, the reel's doing your work. Oh,
And I might have butted in front of Jameson a little bit, but I know it's his show, but I'm a guest on his show, and man, it just looked fun. I jumped right in.
I don't know if I anticipated how this was going to unfold. Now, I fished off of big boats before, and I've done some bottom fishing, but this is pretty hot and heavy. I mean, you're dropping it down, you're trying to get the bait to move large distances. You're literally lifting this rod as high as you can and following the line back down. And when we finally got over the fish,
Oh, fish on, turn it up.
it was happening so fast and so quick that it took a team. Everybody just had a job, and it just was this well-oiled machine that was going on.
oh, nice one, Jameson.
Finally got one to the boat. You gave me the crappy jig. Even though
I did it
you
on
caught
purpose,
one,
of
and then you
course.
gave me the
Yeah.
crappy jig.
Give him a kiss.
All right.
Fish on.
Back 10 years ago, before electric reels, though, we used to do this by hand.
Every time I fish with people, I hear things like,
This is the worst it's ever been. It literally has never been this bad. In the 25 years I've been doing this, I have never seen it this bad.
and that's what I heard on this trip. You know, we're going after halibut. It's halibut season.
That is some of the slowest halibut fishing I've ever been out. Yeah.
Wow. Why is it when I come, I get the first time ever? Never caught any fish. First time.
I didn't understand that.
She don't understand either. I don't know. Road Trip Angler is brought to you by Seaguard, the inventor and perfecter of fluorocarbon fishing lines and leaders. Extra Tough, Alaska proven, built for all. NRS, catch the adventure. What's up, guys? Jameson Redding here with the Road Trip Angler, and we are in northwestern Washington, and we are going to be floating a river today in a raft. Not something I get to do every day, so I'm going to be taking some pointers from Chris Noble and Shane Quinnett because they are guides up here, and I've also got Bill Batson in the raft with me, so I'm going to try not to kill him. It's going to be fun.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, pull. We're on the Solduck River in the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State. Beautiful God's country up here. You'll see some amazing things today. The river looks perfect. We've got a good flow going. We've got some fish in the river. And I get to cruise around with Jameson Redding in a raft. All right, I'm gonna get in.
I think I had anticipated that someone with some rowing experience was going to be rowing. Bill said, you know, you gotta learn and you gotta practice to do that. So he pretty much claimed the front seat right away and told me to get back there and start rowing. Luckily though, we had a couple of other guys that are Team Rain Shadow guys that fish and know this water really well, and they were gonna be coaching me throughout the day.
You can dump just below us if you want, your anchor.
Just below you?
Try and get your boat right in front of us. So you can come in here maybe, and as soon as you swing by, try and set your pick really close to my boat.
probably not the same as a lot of anglers are. If you're out on the water, you want to be catching fish, right? That's what you're there for, you're there to fish. Sometimes I kind of find myself removing those expectations, and I want to look at the experience as a whole. Like, I just want to get out, I want to try something new. I'm still getting to learn a new technique. In this case, also learning how to utilize another tool, a different watercraft than I'm used to being in. I realized that I was pretty much just going to be controlling the boat and making sure Bill was set up to make those good casts.
All right, let's make a move.
You want to get out and look at it and scout it first?
Just go right down the middle.
A couple good rapids in this section, which was great for Jameson to learn on. It was kind of a good introduction to, you know, some lighter class white water. Perfect for that 2-man NRS.
The big thing is that rock right there. I get behind it and slow down.
I think at that point I felt comfortable with him rowing the section and was able to navigate it perfectly, first try.
I don't know if Bill was faking it or if he was actually really just trying to encourage me, but I'm getting a lot of direction from the front seat of the boat. I guess you'd call that a front seat driver instead of a back seat driver.
They're a little close. Keep going. I knew you had it. It's not that big of a rapid, really. You got it down pretty good, so I wasn't nervous at all. I mean, I've been through a lot of crazy things in my life, so a little boat ride's not gonna scare me. Nice job, Jameson. That was perfect.
Shane was the total opposite of me, which was more laid back, enjoying the float trip, enjoying learning the raft and the technique. He was all about trying to catch a fish, and he was not gonna give up.
Got him?
No way.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, shit. Right at the end, Shane pulled one out of his ass. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Did you see this?
Sometimes you don't catch the fish. It's okay.
It's all right.
You know? But the main thing is you got to come up and visit me.
It's about the adventure.
It is about the adventure. It's all about the road trip,
all about
right?
the road trip and the
it's
adventure.
all about the road
Although that was a long road trip, I
That
would
is
say.
a long road trip. You won't see me catch. You won't catch me driving that one.
You can fly. That's all right.
I'll fly. Thank you.
I've said it 100 times. I love, the fishing, catching fish. It's exciting. But one of the things that I will always remember the most are the people that I get to share this awesome sport with. Being able to get out on the water and be around people that are like-minded and have the same enthusiasm and excitement and passion for kayak fishing, for just being outside. Got to share those moments, those catches with amazing experience.